For the running of the 71st Whitney Handicap. They're in the gate. And they're off, and Banker's Gold missed. He missed the break, and he gets caught last as the field races for the clubhouse turn. And it's Tail of the Cat to be the early leader. And Awesome Again is with Tail the Cat in the early going. Frisbee now sitting just in behind him. On the outside, Mr. Sinatra runs in fourth. Banker's Gold, after a disastrous beginning, is forced to run in mid-pack, and he's forced to run wide. He's 3 wide and moving up from 5th position now. Then Precocity, and at the back of the pack, Crypto Star and Accelerator. The first quarter, can you believe this? Tail of the Cat gets away with the quarter in 25 seconds flat. It's a crawl. And Awesome Again has come on to take the lead from Tail of the Cat. And Banker's Gold comes up to put the pressure on. Mr. Sinatra is running in 4th. Frisbee now 5 lengths from the lead in 5th position. Precocity's alongside him. 5 lengths back to Crypto Star and Accelerator. A 48-4 opening half mile. The field moving into the far turn, and Tail of the Cat coming through again. Now he's beginning to roll. Tail of the Cat in front by a neck. Awesome Again, the favorite, pressing him now. Banker's Gold took a failed run at the lead. He's back running in 3rd. It's 3 lengths back to Mr. Sinatra, racing in 4th. Precocity 5th on the outside. Frisbee now is coming through an opening toward the rail. Crypto Star is 7 lengths from the lead. Accelerator well behind. And the field comes charging off the turn into the stretch. And Tail of the Cat is tested here. Awesome Again is right at his neck. And Pat Day says, go on, Awesome Again. Up for long left. Awesome Again now takes charge under a hand ride. It is Awesome Again in front. Julie Cone full throttle on Tail of the Cat, but they're going to be second best today to Awesome Again. He rolls to a 3-length win. Tail of the Cat finishing 2nd. Crypto Star closes 3rd. Well, like they say, who'd have thunk it? Last year, Tail of the Cat ran an opening half mile here in a 7-furlong sprint in 43-2. This year, 48-4. Tactically, it was an odd race, but Pat Day, great thinker that he is, sensing the slow pace. Awesome Again, who usually comes from off the pace, was sent right up to the lead, and a clear-cut and decisive victory today in the Whitney.
Well, Patrick Byrne has done it again. Last year, the magic with the 2-year-olds, and Canadian entrepreneur Frank Stronach took notice. As you see him waving, and he hired Patrick Byrne to be his personal trainer. Byrne had to give up a lot of tremendous horses. Countess Diana, favorite trick, among others. And here are the fruits of this decision being played out at Saratoga this afternoon. As Awesome Again, under the confident handling of Pat Day, as Tom Durkin pointed out, closer to the pace than usual. But Day was, from the naked eye anyway, just extremely confident that he could win this race every step of the way. Patrick, congratulations.
You though. Hello.
Pat, your 5th Whitney. Tell me about it.
Well, it was pretty easy. Praise God for the beautiful day and a wonderful opportunity to ride a nice horse like this. Pat Byrne's done an awesome job of bringing this horse up to the race. He blew out awfully good the other day. He left the gate with run on his mind, made the pace, gave it up to Tail of the Cat, coming to the head of the stretch in hand, and went back by him as I pleased inside the 8th pole and just win with something in reserve. A marvelous performance by a great racehorse.
Pat Day, you were dueling with Julie Crone and Tail of the Cat for most of this journey. Was there any moment in this race that you had any negative thoughts or concerns that Tail of the Cat had more horse than you did?
At the 3/8 pole, Julie came back by me on the inside, opened up about a half a length, and my horse was acting like I wasn't real sure what I had in the tank, and I smoothed at him a little bit, picked the reins up, and he responded. I said, well, I got plenty in the tank, let me just sit here and wait. And it was a great ride.
Were you as shocked as everyone else, Pat, that Julie was able to put up a dawdling 25-second first quarter?
Not really. I think everybody anticipated that she would be on the lead. I thought that they'd go a little quicker than that. The only 2 horses that could have pressed her was Mr. Jurgens Colt and Frisbee now. They wasn't there going in the first turn. My horse left there with run on his mind and was right where we needed to be given the fractions.
Pat Day, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
So add another one to Pat Day's arsenal. He's already won it on the Philly Lady Secret. He won it on Java Gold, Easy Goer, Unaccounted For.
Pat Day has his fifth Whitney title. Awesome Again was simply awesome. There's a jubilant connections of the Whitney winner during the race live, Frank Stronach and trainer Pat Byrne. Well, here's Tom Durkin to review how they did it.
Well, the result of a race is the sum of its parts. And the reason that quarter was so slow in the beginning, look at number 5 here, Banker's Gold. He stumbles coming out of the gate. He missed the break. He gets caught in behind the entire field. And that was how Julie Crone was allowed to get away with this easy first quarter. It was Banker's Gold that was supposed to be applying the pressure. And this really totally eliminated the chances of the late runners there who at the back of the pack, Accelerator and Crypto Star. Turning for home, look at Julie Crone on the right, Pat Day, who has the patience of a saint, a lifestyle to match. Look at Pat Day, looking under his shoulder to look at the competition. He knows that he obviously has Crone beaten. Look how busy Julie is, and look at Pat Day, just like a statue. He never had to draw his whip. He knew he had her beaten, always worried about somebody else coming on to grab him at the end. That was not to be. Touch Gold, perhaps the better horse in the Stronach stable, still back at the barn today. An embarrassment of riches for that man, Mr. Frank Stronach. In the winner's circle, making the presentation, Mary Lou Whitney for the 71st running of the Whitney Handicap.
And there is Mary Lou, the doyen of Saratoga Society, flanked by Frank Stronach and Patrick Byrne, and there were a lot of eyebrows raised when, as I mentioned before, Patrick Byrne gave up several crackerjack 2-year-olds, Countess Diana, favorite trick to train for Frank Stronach. And this could be the beginning of a very nice marriage between the two.
Certainly could, Bob. 800 horses owned by Frank Stronach, 140 in training. That will keep Patrick Byrne very busy. Well,
choice, and he delivered. $4.80 to win. Tail of the Cat with Julie Crone completes an $18.40 exacta Crypto Star with the West Coast connections of Corey Nakatani and father-in-law Wally Delasse complete a $95.50 trifecta.
Well, Bob, we just saw the first 3 finishers. Let's take a look at the full order finish of the Whitney Handicap. Frisky now was 4th after Crypto Star, followed by the long shot, Mr. Sinatra in 5th, Accelerator, Precocity, and rounding out the field, Banker's Gold. And Kenny Rice is in the winner's circle with the connections of Awesome Again. Kenny?
Okay, thank you very much. Pat has to go right now because he's got another race. You win a record 5th Whitney here today. Congratulations. You're the master of judging pace. When you saw that slow pace early, what are you thinking, Pat?
Well, my horse went to the post in top form. He left there running, took me right into the race. They were walking early, the first quarter in 25, and he was up in the race. Julie took back off of me as we turned into the backside, and this horse relaxed. He went to the lead and just coasted along there. Got a little pressure from Mr. Jurgens' horse on the outside. Leaving a 3/8 pole, Julie went back inside of me and went to the lead. At that point, my horse was so relaxed, I didn't know if I was out of horse or if he was just loping along there. I chirped at him a little bit. He jumped right back into it. From there on, I felt like I was in the driver's seat. Right here, I kept looking back to see if anybody was making runs. Sure didn't want to get caught just coasting to the wire and have somebody run by me, but he finished up full of run, and it was just a marvelous performance. Mr. Burns done a great job of bringing him up to this race off his race at Churchill, and just a fine job and a nice ride.
Okay, thank you very much, Pat. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Pat Day, the winner of a record 5th Whitney. With me is Mr. Frank Stronach, the owner of Awesome Again, and Pat Byrne, the trainer. Hey, you said how easy he looked as you were watching the replay.
It was an awesome performance.
He was awesome again today for you.
Yeah, he was.
How far do you think he can run? He handled the 9 furlongs well.
It looks like we might have an entry in the Breeders' Cup, Pat.
Pat, how far is he going to go?
I think he'll run all day. He showed last year, go 1.25 miles, no problem. The distance is not a problem with this horse. You know, he's got that great pedigree. He'll run all day.
Let's take another look at the race. When you guys are watching this, here's the reaction from Mr. Stronach and from Patrick Byrne. When did you feel that you had it in good shape, Patrick?
I thought from the 3/8 pole, actually, we looked in pretty good shape. I was concerned about the slow fractions up early. But Pat being in the position he was, I thought it was just Merrick Alpino. My only concern was something sprinting home from the back of the pack. But when I looked back at the head of the lane, there was nobody else really running, so I felt very confident then. As a matter of fact, I congratulate Mr. Stronach about the 8th pole, which is a bad habit of mine.
And what did you say at that time?
Well, I guess you should never count your, you know, the money before it's in. So anyway, I kept my fingers crossed, and it looked like that he it looks like he was going to win it.
And what is next for him?
We take it day by day, and Pat will decide, you know, how good the horse come out of the race, and then we'll just see. Hopefully, you know, hopefully he's sound, and hopefully he's good enough for the Breeders' Cup.
And another big race coming up next week. And coming off a great workout on Thursday out at Del Mar was Touch Gold. And Touch Gold as he gets ready now to run in the Pacific Classic. Your thoughts on him?
Well, Touch Gold, he's trained very well at the track over there. He's another horse that we prepped at Churchill Downs. We give him a little, he's got 6 weeks come up to the Del Mar Classic race, and the timing is great, and he's just going to be a fresh horse. I'm sure he's going to run a monster race, as this colt did today. And he really is the real deal. Touch Gold is, he's just been wonderful to be around in his 4-year-old career. He had a wonderful 3-year-old career, as everybody knows, and I'm just happy that Mr. Stronach give me an opportunity to train fine stallion prospects like this horse, Touch Gold.
Good team you guys have here. Congratulations.
Okay.
Mr. Frank Stronach and Patrick Byrne, they have teamed up here to win the Whitney. Now let's go to Bob.
Well, back in the 30s, Harry Pace Whitney was an owner who won this race, and so was Cornelius Vanderbilt Whitney. After all, it is the Whitney Handicap, and Stronach joins that select crew, and you've got a big smile because you live in Toronto, and Stronach's quite a hit up north of the border.
I tell you, not only Frank Stronach, but Awesome again is becoming a Canadian hero. He won last year's Queen's Plate in the Jim Dandy. And just to show you how superstitious this outfit is, they didn't want to be microphone biased because it might ruin their ritual. They want to continue to do the same thing. And last year, before the Jim Dandy, in the paddock, Frank Stronach found a 4-leaf clover. So you know what he was doing before the race? He was looking for a 4-leaf clover. I wonder if he found it. Found it in the race.
I believe he did. Great to join you here, Sandra. We're going to get on the...
Bankers Gold comes up to put the pressure on. Mr. Sinatra is running in 4th. Frisbee now 5 lengths from the lead in 5th position. Precocity's alongside him. 5 lengths back to Crypto Star and Accelerator. A 48-4 opening half mile. The field moving into the far turn, and Tail of the Cat coming through again. Now he's beginning to roll. Tail of the Cat in front by a neck. Awesome again, the favorite, pressing him now. Bankers Gold took a failed run at the lead. He's back running in 3rd. After a disastrous beginning, is forced to run in mid-pack, and he's forced to run wide. He's 3 wide and moving up from 5th position now. Then Precocity, and at the back of the pack, Crypto Star and Accelerator. The first quarter, can you believe this? Tail of the Cat gets away with the quarter in 25 seconds flat. It's a crawl. And Awesome again has come on to take the lead from Tail of the Cat. And Billy Cole full throttle on Tail of the Cat, but they're going to be second best today to Awesome again. He rolls to a 3-length win. Tail of the Cat finishing 2nd. Crypto Star closes 3rd. Well, like they say, who'd have thunk it? Last year, Tail of the Cat ran an opening half mile here in a 7-furlong sprint in 43-2. This year, 48-4. Tactically, it was an odd race, but Pat Day, great thinker that he is, sensing the slow pace, Awesome again. It's 3 lengths back to Mr. Sinatra, racing in 4th. Precocity 5th on the outside. Frisbee now is coming through an opening toward the rail. Crypto Star is 7 lengths from the lead. Accelerator well behind, and the field comes charging off the turn into the stretch, and Tail of the Cat is tested here. Awesome again is right at his neck, and Pat Day says, go on, Awesome again. A furlong left. Awesome again now takes charge under a hand ride. It is Awesome again in front. For the running of the 71st Whitney Handicap. They're in the gate. And they're off, and Bankers Gold missed. He missed the break, and he gets caught last as the field races for the clubhouse turn. And it's Tail of the Cat to be the early leader. And Awesome again is with Tail of the Cat in the early going. Frisbee now sitting just in behind him. On the outside, Mr. Sinatra runs in 4th. Bankers Gold.